I want to welcome into Firewatch Business. I want to tell you a little story tonight about a gentleman I talked to who wanted to leave accounting to go into sales. And This isn't a side hustle conversation that we had. This was about actual changing jobs. He had an opportunity to go into sales from accounting, um, but it still applies to side hustles. It still applies to us who are trying to leave their 9 to 5 via a side hustle and going that route to a full-time job so you can have time freedom and financial freedom. And this works. I mean, this works. But we had a conversation about him leaving accounting, going to sales. He had an opportunity, has an opportunity, even currently. And we talk about the skills he needs to develop in order to do that. Well, number one, he's an introvert. It's very difficult for him to go up into groups and just introduce himself and start talking to people. The job he's taken at is not warm leads. It's leads that he's going to have to go and knock on doors. Number one. Number two is that it hits him hard on rejection, right? It's nothing personal. When people reject your offer, there's a couple of things that could be wrong. Number one is they don't need it. Number two is maybe your offer is not strong enough. Number three, maybe you need to refine the offer to what they need. Maybe you need to ask the question, hey, what do you need? But in this situation, his offer is his offer, and he's got to go out there and sell it. And somebody may not need it. They're going to hear him do his pitch. So he takes those personally. He really does take those probably too personally because it's really not about you. It's really about the offer and maybe it's their money. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, just because they say no, it's not a rejection of you personally. So we sat down and he understood. He agreed with that. He knows those are things that he's got to develop. So we sat down and we put together a plan uh, to help him with actionable steps on what he needs to do to practice, to put these things and implement to develop these new skills he needs. We put it together. We talked about it. He agreed to it. Let's go now. Let's go ahead and start working on this so that he knew he could develop these new skills that he had to have to switch this from accounting to sales. So we meet back up about 3 weeks later, a little less. He hasn't started. He hasn't done one single thing to develop these skills. Okay. This absolutely fits in what I want to talk about and how it fits into finding your side hustle or your new business to start so you can escape the 9 to 5. He wanted results, but wasn't necessarily willing to put in the time and effort, the sacrifice it takes to learn those new skills. I think people are in that situation too, right? They want the success, but they're willing to work for it a little bit. They're not going to go all the way. They're not going to go in all the way. They're not going to make that action plan. They're not going to have that person to hold them accountable. They not willing to go that real sacrifice, the real discipline it takes to learn those skills. I want to tell you something. An accountability partner is priceless. If it's the right accountability partner, it's the one that's not going to put up with your BS. And when they ask you the question, they expect an answer. They expect to hear why you haven't done it or celebrate when you do win. When you do accomplish those goals? And I got to be honest with you, you got to be careful about who you tell your go up goals to, because some people, even your friends, don't want to see you succeed. That's facts. They love you. They pat you on the back. I think that's a great idea. Go for it. You need to do that. And in the background, they're always talking about, man, I hope he don't make it. I don't want him to be that successful. I don't want him to see him. I don't want to see him do better than me. So you got to be careful about that. Your accountability partner wants to see you succeed. Truthfully, honestly, wants to see you succeed. That's it. And that's when you find that accountability partner. Kind of got off on a sidetrack there, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to where this guy was and how he hadn't even started on trying to develop these skills. And I'm going to tell you this, that there are no shortcuts in developing skills, developing habits. There is no shortcut. No shortcut. You got to do it. You just got to put in the work. Um, and he wasn't willing to do that right yet. Now, whether he's doing it now or not, I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. But how it fits in with the side hustle and how it fits in with it with you. And I'll say this: whether you're finding a new side hustle to find your financial and time freedom, or if you're in a full time job that is battling against you, your personality, then you're going to be miserable. It's going to be a tough row, right? To hoe. It really is. So you got to think about it. And this is, we talk about this all the time. Take Strength Finders 2.0, take the test, look and see what you're good at, find your top five, start leaning into those positions that it has listed there that you would be a good fit for, and start working with your personality, not against your personality. It's so important for you to work with it rather than against it. And that's in true in a full-time job, right? And like 80% of people don't work in their field that they graduated from college from, that where they have their degrees. And I think we go about it backwards, right? Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make a lot of money doing X or Y or Z," you go, "Hey, let me find out what fits my personality where I'll be successful." You'll be more successful leaning into your personality than you will fighting against it. And that's where I think this guy is. He's fighting against his personality. He doesn't want to get started because it's totally against how he feels and how he wants to feel. It's going to take him time to learn those skills, develop those skills that he needs to switch his job. It's right now, if you're in a side hustle that's fighting you, then it's time to reevaluate. It's time to look at it something different and reassess, right? There's two things that we talk about on this channel all the time. Number one, lean into your personality. Find out what those things are, whether it's Strength Finders 2.0 or whether it's Myers-Briggs, whatever you feel like you can understand best. And number two is use the skills you got right now, the knowledge and skills that you have right now. Most of the people that come to us are people who have a job, they've been in that field for a while, and now they're tired of living and building somebody else's dream and they want to do it for themselves. And that's the majority of people we talk about. That's the majority of people we talk with to help them develop out of a side hustle and into a full-time job. And these people can't just quit their job, right? Just can't quit their job and go to work in a side hustle or start building their business right away because they got to have that money coming in and they got to have they got to make the mortgage. They got a family. They got to put it together. You got to develop it. You need to lean into it. You need to lean in on your personality and the skills you have right now. Should you learn new skills? Absolutely, you should learn new skills. My dad used to say, if you're not learning 50% of the time on the job, then somebody's about to pass you. So you better be learning every day because technology changes every day. Your job is changing, whether you believe it or not. And even in accounting, debits and credits are always going to be there, but there's always something new coming along that you have to stay on top of. You'll have to do the same thing. And you should always learn new skills, new knowledge. Always be open up to that. And when you do lean in on your personality and you do lean in on your knowledge and skills, you'll exponentially move faster in starting your side hustle and making money. There's no doubt about it. So the question I have for you is, are you building your side hustle or small business based on your personality, on the skills you already have? If not, maybe you need to reevaluate. Maybe we need to go back a step and say, hey, where are we? Are you already invested money into a side hustle or small business where it's just not working because it fights against you, your inner personality? There's always an opportunity to stop, reevaluate, and go forward. That's what we try to do here at Firewatch Business. We want to help people get the financial freedom, the time freedom that they want. We're ready to get them out of their 9 to 5, through a side hustle into a full-time business, something that fits their personality, fits their goals. And we start with money. We start with the personality. We start with a budget. We start with how we're going to get there. And it all comes back down to sales, quite frankly. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people, and we want to help you. If download, it's the links in the description, the escape plan blueprint. That'll get you started. That'll get you clear, actionable items. That'll get you started. Buy Strength Finders 2.0, take the test, uh, see how you come out, see if that fits what you really want to do. Those are things that you can do today. You need to start today. That's where you start right now. Download it, get to work, and then let's figure it out. If you need an accountability partner, we're here. We do that all the time, and we come up with a list of questions that we're going to ask you on a weekly basis, face to face, me and you. Hey, did we get this accomplished? All right, guys, download it. It's free. The escape plan blueprint. Appreciate your time. And next week, I got a story I got to tell you. It's crazy. So I look forward to telling y'all that. Um, Kind of a story about what not to do. And then, download the escape plan blueprints down in the description. Thank y'all so much. Keep on hustling. We'll see y'all in the next one. If you're looking for a side hustle in AI with no money down, watch this video next.